Very good afternoon to everybody and all the esteemed guests and the students of the university. Um, Few lines before we proceed to this topic. The world has seen something very difficult now. We are in the corona pandemic. Many of our lives have changed. Many things have changed, and we are here, and we need to stay safe, stay connected, and we have to live our life with the virus. So this is very important because that's the most important thing in our life and society as on today, apart from any other thing. So protect yourself, and particularly to the students, hand wash, social distancing, masks and sanitizer should be a part of the norm as we proceed to our learning lessons and our awareness program. So let's get into the cancer awareness program. And rightly said, this is the pink month where we go for the breast cancer awareness. And if you see the non-communicable diseases which are causing life, out of which the number of people dying out of cancer is increasing after heart disease and diabetic diseases. So it's quite high in the list when death due to cancer and the causes of many other mortalities and morbidities are related to cancer. If you see the all over the world, large number of incidents in and more than 7.6 million people die every year or as per 2025. The number of this is a little earlier data of 2002 estimate where large number of new cases. And if you see this, out of which breast and lung cancer, breast cancer in women and lung cancer in men, along with the oral cavity cancer, is the commonest cancer, as rightly said by our chairman, so saying that is one of the commonest cancer. Again, if you see this, the red line, male is the lung cancer, and in women, the breast cancer. These are the two commonest cancers all over the world. And with this in mind, large number of women are affected with this breast cancer. But one thing I want to tell to all of you, breast cancer is curable, breast cancer is controllable. Please come early. If you come late, we can't do anything. We can just prolong the life. But if you come in stage 1, 2, 3, it's curable. Now, this shows what will be the cancer burden if you are going to be at 2030. The cases are going to rise and there will be large more mortality, morbidity, whereas the survival figures are higher if you come early. So let's look into what are the burning needs in cancer. So, and breast cancer being one of the common cancers. And if you see the estimated cancer burden in India, so there is a projected rise as we come to 2020. So, and this is not a problem with India, it's a problem with all over the world. So if you see the large number, 30% of the patients are presenting in an advanced cancer. And that's the trajectory showing that more people will be diagnosed. So what we are worried about at this point of time is the metastatic cancer. You should not come in the last stage 1, 2, 3. And that's the awareness, is that so that we should reach the doctor and the hospital when it's just a small tumor and we are in the early stage. Why? Why do so many people come in the late stage? Because we have rightly heard, society plays a very important role. Yes, we don't have facilities, not medical facilities, financial facilities, distances, family issues, all add to and moreover, breast cancer is a social stigma. So what we need to do now is go for more screening so that we pick them at an early stage, early detection, and give them better treatment. And that's the reason why most of the 1 in 8 of the women are diagnosed in an advanced cancer, and they are hesitant to discuss. And so we have a large burden in India. Now, this figure nicely tells you the red color is the size of the tumor, and this is your lifespan, your survival. Smaller the tumor, longer you live. Larger the tumor, shorter you live. Means this is a very classic example. If you have a small tumor, it is curable and you need a normal life. So what are the lifestyle changes that helps, that predisposes one to this particular cancer? Obesity, lack of physical activity, less of fruits, vegetables, smoking, many of the westernization in one word, alcohol intake, pollution, unsafe sex, high fatty diet, all adds to this type of cancers. So let's get into a little bit of prevention before going to the other aspect. How to have a healthier life, a healthier lifestyle. Definitely stop smoking, not only breast cancer, all other cancers, as well as many hypertension, diabetes, cardiovascular, lung problem, everything can be prevented. Encourage your dear ones to quit smoking, aware that there can be a burden of lung cancer. Have a normal diet, preferably homemade diet, of fruits and vegetables. Where the WHO recommends 7 colored fruits and 7 colored vegetables. Please keep an eye on your weight. Overweight is no bad. Exercise and physical activity to continue. And screening will help you to identify the cancer. And that's the cancer awareness screening. We can screen 5 cancers: the breast, cervical cancer, the lung cancer, oral cavity cancer, prostate cancer. So breast cancer is one of the screenable cancer. That's it. Skin cancer is not so common in India, but still screening can be done. This is one of our foundations where we treat large number of cancer patients. So remember, to all the students and everybody and adults, no alcohol and no to drugs and no to tobacco. These are the main killers. You have to cut it off, and if you want to live a good life. So now let's move into the targeted or the target of today's discussion. Out of the gynecological malignancies, breast is the most commonest, and that's how our breast looks like. And if you see only this area of the breast where the white and the reddish area is there, that is the area where cancer develops. Rest of the breast, the yellow portion is fat only. So in the ducts, milk ducts and the milk alveoli, it happens. So what happens? The abnormal cells are there, and these cells start growing abnormally. They form a mass, and many of the women will not be knowing. Even in the rural areas also, people do have breast cancer, and in the urban areas. So early detection will help to treat successfully. Awareness is very important, and self-breast examination, which I will teach all of you how to do to pick up abnormal changes. What are the abnormal changes? First, one should know how a normal breast should look like. The abnormal signs may be dimpling, puckering, nipple retraction, discharge from the nipple, thickening of the skin, retraction of the nipple, or any abnormal change has to be reported to the doctor. This is one when the skin is very abnormal and the nipple is increased in size. This is the whole breast is put inside. This is also a sign of breast cancer. Hugely enlarged breast. This is also a sign of breast cancer. So as I told you that so many menstrual, and another very important thing, not breastfeeding is high risks of getting a breast cancer. And 5 to 10% have it in families, and that is called the genetic BRCA. It's called the Angelina Jolie. She had the BRCA gene 1 and 2, and for which she had the family history of breast cancer. And so many women do have, but 5 to 10%. Well, to all the college students and to everybody, including myself, yes, we have to avoid this type of life because this predisposes to many cancers, and one of the common cancers is breast cancer in women. How do we pick up? Whenever I told you all the abnormal features, if you see anything, do not hesitate. You need to come to the doctor. We can do a mammogram, we can do a scan, and to confirm a biopsy is needed. Treatment is any sort, at any point of time is not stressful, and it can be nicely treated. Okay, the treatment options are surgery, radiation, and chemo with a multidisciplinary approach. Now, the 2 important things that I want to teach you now is the self-breast examination. It is very, very important. You should start at the age of 40. Okay, there is 2 methods, look and feel. Stand in front of the mirror, put your hands on the hip, look at your breast, look for the size, the shape, the texture, any fullness, it's called look. You have to put your hands up and also look, and also put your hands on the hip and see. This is called the look. Next is the feel method. When you lie down, sitting position and standing position, with the right hand, left breast, left hand, right breast. You can see any video in Google and you will get it, but tentatively it is that. You should do it on the 5th day of your periods during your reproductive age group, but if you have attained menses, then do it on 1st day of the month. So this is the international guidelines for self breast examination. Just takes 2 minutes while you're taking bath. Quickly do it, and it will save thousands of lives. And as soon as you detect anything abnormal, you should meet the doctor and to get it biopsy to see if anything abnormal is there. Also, another thing is that a mammogram should be started from the age of self-breast examination starts at the age of 25, whereas mammogram and all you can start from the age of 40. Okay, because it has an X-ray component. So after the age of 40, it is advised. But if you have a family history of cancer, in such a case, you can start all the investigation is little earlier. That's what the mammogram is. And third thing that one needs to do once in a year to go to the doctor to get the breast checked. So breast self-examination, digital and USG mammogram, and physical. With this, you can detect a large number of early breast cancer. And this is the focus of our talk today, how to pick up early breast cancer. Because early breast cancer, 80 to 90% is a survival. It's extremely well, it's easily curable. Within 6 months to maximum a year, you'll be able to, treatment is completed. And you will be a long-term survivor. Apart from this, some more things, but then suppose somebody has diagnosed with an advanced cancer. Yes, we do have treatment. There's a lot of advances in research, which I'm going to show you now. So even in an advanced stage, yes, we have hope for women, and many women live 3 to 5 years with different drugs. So where we are, if you come late, yes, large number of cancer, but remember, health economics is always a part of my talk to include economics, because what is the cost? We do have some budget in the health, and since we are in Tamil Nadu and also in all over India, there is the Tamil Nadu card, which is the Arasu Corporate Thittam card, or Tamil Nadu health insurance card, which has now become the Modi card, and it has a value of 5 lakhs treatment, worth treatment you can get in that card. So even if people coming from the needy society, underprivileged society, they have access to the healthcare as far as we Indians are concerned. If others don't know, please try to teach them that with the card, basic treatment of cancer can be done. I'm with the Savita Medical College in Chennai, and we treat every year hundreds of women with this card, and I've been using this card for the last 10 years. Initially it was called Kalindar card, then it is Amma card, and now it has become Modi card. So please, this is our information which is a part of the awareness program to be told to many needy women who don't have access to healthcare. Just come with the card for treatment. These are some of the common presentations I've already shown you. Survival figures are increasing. With different ethnicity, we have different propensity. And yes, we have to adjust. There's a global disparity. Survival figures are higher in the West compared to us. Mortality is higher in the Asian countries. But we have a lot of exciting things. We have new drugs which have helped us to give us good lifespan. Our figures have improved. 2010, you see the blue line is much better when we were in 90s, because there's huge advancements in cancer treatment. This is for people who have come in a very advanced stage. Yes, we have to have an awareness as needed. Today is the October month, pink month for the celebration of breast cancer. Yes, we are all on together, you, me, on the war for cancer. Yes, research has brought us molecular therapies, immunotherapy. There, it's again a little expensive affair, but still there will be a percentage of women who needs that. Angelina Jolie, that is called this. You have the BRCA 1 and 2. So if your mother has cancer, or your sister has cancer, or your grandmother, or your great grandmother, or your daughter, so that forms the blood relationship, either first generation, second generation. Yes, that you look for the BRCA gene, do a genetic testing, and that's the Angelina Jolie effect. We have drugs if you have a hereditary cancer. We have gone long way, that initially they used to chop up the entire breast, then they started reconstructing, and now we talk about molecular treatment of breast cancer. Yes, the breast cancer has changed over a period of time, and now we have advances in the radiation, good surgery, so you can completely reconstruct the breast, okay, keeping the cosmesis, and radiology improve, good pathology report, good treatment outline, and we have multidisciplinary boards. And yeah, this type of cancer should be treated in a cancer center, so that you get the expertise of surgical, medical, radiation oncologist. And also we need to look into the comorbidities of the patient, and early, advanced, and metastatic. And in this early and advanced, locally advanced, yes, we can cure them. In metastatic, we can prolong their life. And this is one of my patients with an advanced cancer, which we have operated the breast, and the tumor has come up to the hand. So now we have molecular classification of breast cancer, and these are the three subtypes. Some needs chemo, some needs hormonal, some needs monoclonal antibody. These are some of the new drugs which has been identified, and that acts at the cellular and molecular level. It's available in India. We do have, it's unaffordable, and we can give it to the patients. So it's divided by the cancer genomics. Hormonal therapy, yes, it forms an important, and even in the hormone, we have huge milestones, and we have come with newer drugs. Yes, patients are on hormone therapy for 5 to 10 years. Not all patients, those who are positive. Tablet form is there, and people continue. Yes, there's also good news for those who relapse, particularly the newer drugs with CDK inhibitors, palbociclib, ribociclib. Again, very important aspect. It's nice to say that these drugs are available. We can do surgery, we can give radiation, but where we are economically. Yes, we do have biosimilar drugs which are manufactured in India and at much cheaper test, even with HER2 things. So by conclusion, want to tell, yes, breast cancer is the commonest cancer in India, apart from the other world. Cancer cases are rising. Westernized lifestyle has brought us into this figure. There is late presentation, but with screening and all, people are coming now forward. Yes, it's better to do a screening. Start at the age of 25, self-breast examination. Start at the age of 40, your mammogram. Meet your doctor once in a year. And if you have a family history of cancer, start everything a decade earlier. Don't worry, stage 1, stage 2, highly curable, 90 to 80%. Stage 3 also 50 to 70%. We can cure these patients. If you come into the stage 4, yes, please don't do that. And if you come, we do have medicines and drugs to prolong your life for 3 to 5 years. So we have a lot of hope, and we pray for a healthy future. Stay safe, stay connected, and I'm happy to take questions.
Yes.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, tell me.
I'm Meera Muralidharan. I'm a faculty of the department.
Yeah, tell
me. Even if we do not have any symptom, if it runs in the family, can BRCA be done?
If it runs, yes, you can do. As that's the genetic counseling or testing. If it runs in first generation and second generation, say mother, daughter, sister, grandmother, great grandmother, yes, you can go and do your genetic testing. And that's the Angelina Jolie effect. She didn't have cancer, but she had multiple women in her family who had the cancer. She went and did the test, that is BRCA1, BRCA2, and after that, she has removed both her breast and she has removed her uterus and ovary. Because if you have the BRCA gene present, you will get cancer of the breast, and also you may get cancer of the ovary. And that she had completely removed all those things by surgery. And then she had reconstruction. So that's it for, if you have a family history, yes, you can do a genetic. And that will caution you that you will know I may get the cancer, and you will be careful. You can do the screening.
Can PCOD be a cause for cancer?
No, usually no. POC, that is a polycystic ovarian disease. Yes, it gives you a lot of estrogen to the body, might be and may not be a cause of direct cause for any cancer.
Thank you.
Participants can unmute your mics. You can ask questions to the doctor, or you can use the chat box to write your questions. The doctor can read and explain with an answer. It's your time, both faculty as well as students. Participant, kindly put forward your questions to the resource person. Chat box. In your experience, doctor, have you relieved anybody with the fourth stage of cancer?
Yes, I have. I have treated more than 500 women with cancer, and I have treated more than 1,000 women with cancer, and more than 500, 600 people are still alive and back into normal. Those who come in an advanced stage, we do have survivors, few of them, but many of them we were able to extend life up to 5 years so that they could complete the most important job at that point of time in their life. Like somebody, many people want to. I had a breast cancer woman. She wanted to conceive advanced cancer. We told her do not do so, but then she one day came and told, I'm pregnant, doctor. She delivered, and by God's grace she is living. So we do have cancers, we do have patients who want to complete their family, complete commitments, education, marriage, seeing the grandchildren. So by that treatment we can extend the life so that you finish your important work.
Thank you.
I do have many patients in advanced cancer.
On the chat box, there is a question: what the preventive measures?
Apart from lifestyle, okay, preventive measures. So apart from, there is no apart from lifestyle changes, alcohol, smoking, sedentary lifestyle, then early childbirth and breastfeeding is prevention. Avoid those hormonal tablets which you take for, like ma'am has said, PO, that is polycystic ovarian diseases. Those all predisposed to cancer. Apart from that, please go ahead and do breast self-examination, go for a mammogram, see the doctor, and that keeps you healthy. Next question. Ma'am, my aunt had breast cancer. Is there? Ayo, somebody has removed it. I can't see the chat box now. Huh? Ma'am, my aunt has breast cancer. Is there a possibility that I may have? It depends upon how you are related to your aunt. It's a blood relation aunt. Yes, you need to do. You may get, you may not get. It depends upon what gene mutation you have. If you have a BRCA1, BRCA2, there is 60 to 80% chance of you getting, provided your aunt is a blood relation, maybe first generation, second generation, third generation. If your aunt is not related in your blood, then your chance will be depending upon what genes you have.
What about the breastfeeding and its relations to breast cancer?
What breast, sir?
Breastfeeding.
That's what I told you, sir. Breastfeeding is a protection for cancer. It's an answer to the previous question. I said, have an early childbirth and breastfeed the children, and because this gives you a protection for breast cancer. That's one of the preventive measures. But that doesn't mean you will have more children and you will start breastfeeding to prevent the cancer, sir. Now, there's another question. Ma'am, could you please explain which type of cancer is hardest to find out? Which type means, okay, if you take all cancers, leave the breast cancer, then some of the cancers, see, breast and all is in the outside of the body, you'll be able to find out. But some cancers inside, like lung cancer, you will not be able, only in advanced stage it gets detected. Uterine cancer, ovarian cancer, pancreatic cancer, gallbladder cancer, they're all inside the body. It starts growing there, and it is very difficult to find out. Next is, in breast cancer lead to any damage or change to spread to other? Yes, if it's not treated, it undiagnosed, it spreads to other parts of the body, the brain, the bones, the lung, the liver, everywhere it can spread.
Now, ma'am, is cancer a comorbidity for corona?
Yes. Yeah, cancer patients, because of, that's why I started the talk with corona, because corona and breast cancer, huge relationship. Not only breast cancer, all cancers, because they are immunocompromised individuals. So and coronavirus coronavirus can affect everybody, but if you have the comorbidities and a low immune status in your body, your morbidity and mortality to the infection is very high. You usually go to ICU, oxygen, all the newer drugs has to be put in. Is present irregular periods can cause uterine cancer? No, may not be, but in an early stage, in an early years of life, yes, irregular periods is a part of normal. But then if there is excessive bleeding, in intermenstrual bleeding, postcoital bleeding, better to go for screening. Explain about mouth cancer. Mouth cancer, yes, it's a very good question. Commonest cancer. In fact, we can have another talk one day. Tobacco-related cancers. You get cancer in the oral cavity, the tongue, the lips, the gums, and Hello?
Yes, yes. The chat box.
Hello? Ma'am, any other question?
In your experience, the percentage of cancer in breast, madam, is it people who are after menopause or before that?
That's a very good question. Now, usually in the olden days, we used to see mostly middle-aged to elderly get, but now we get so many patients who are coming at a very early stage with the breast cancer. Now, okay. There's one more question. After breast cancer surgery, will I need radiation, chemo, or both? Yes, if it is stage 1, you may not need chemo or radiation. But if it is stage 2, 3, and even 4, you need chemo and you need radiation, definitely. And ma'am, if we have an irregular period, what shall we do? Irregular period in an early stage, like in your 20s and 30s, nothing need to be worried. But if it is too much, meet the doctor. But after pregnancy, all these things settles down. But always try to look out for irregular periods, and breast cancer doesn't have a relationship. But definitely, if you have too much irregularity, you need to consult your gynecologist. But irregular periods in middle and advanced age, that is dangerous. Okay, and that is dangerous in the sense that they may lead to cervical cancer and uterine cancer. But definitely you need to meet the gynecologist, do an ultrasound of the pelvis, do a pervaginal examination to rule out what's the cause. Whether advanced cancer treatment are available in the breast cancer, even in government hospitals. Yeah, yes, government hospitals, yes, basic treatment for surgery, radiation, chemotherapy, basics are all available. Even the government has made many of the higher molecules like anti-VEGF, HER2, which I showed you the video, all are available. Maybe very high and expensive like immunotherapy, CDK4 inhibitors, palbociclib, ribociclib may not be available, but rest everything is available. And our healthcare system gives you basics of treatment. You need to come early. You need to avail it. You have to use the card. And that's one of the points of awareness to everybody out here, that please tell everybody, when you go back home, you should be able to help 10 people. If one person helps, it will spread so much. So give an awareness, guide them properly, tell them to use the card. And the card can be made in just 2 days.
Ma'am, which is better, USG or mammogram?
Mammograph is of 2 types, USG and X-ray. You need to do both because the sensitivity will be higher. We do USG mammogram for unmarried ladies or ladies less than 40. But once you are 40, you do both. Pickup is high.
Ma'am, good evening.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, actually, endometrial layer damage, it can lead to any type of uterine cancer, ma'am?
What? I couldn't hear the first part of your talk.
So endometrial layer, if suppose damaged, maybe can lead to uterine cancer, ma'am?
Yeah, might lead, but we need to see. Usually you cannot damage the endometrium because it's inside the uterus. But yes, any trauma anywhere, repeated trauma leads to cancerous changes. There's one more question in some have vaccines to cause, no, 1 minute. We have some vaccines to prevent cervical cancer. Do we have vaccines? A very good question from Preeti. Okay, what she is asking a very pertinent question. Only 2 of the cancers has vaccine. One is cervical cancer and then one is liver cancer, hepatitis B induced. Rest of the cancers is not caused by those type of virus, like how the coronavirus, and we are looking for a vaccine, but breast cancer does not have a vaccine. Whereas cervical cancer, yes, you have a vaccine which gives you 70% protection from the virus-induced cervical cancer. Does dressing very fit like sportswear? No, nothing. Fitness and then pressure has nothing to do with breast cancer. It gives you the pressure on the breast, but doesn't cause cancerous changes. Next, anything else? Or we complete today's session? I'll be happy to take questions. Ms. Rosaline has my number, and you can give it to others. Anybody has doubt or any relative is there, I can help them out. Okay, thank you. I think there are no more questions in the chat box. We have answered everything. Thank you very much.
We make sure that we will spread awareness for the people to come within the curable stage, ma'am. Such a fascinating information with your patients answering, and especially with your different modulation of voices, which grabs all attention. Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your golden knowledge by spending your precious time. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. I also enjoyed all your company. I think more than 100 people have joined now. Thanks to the organizers, you have done a good job. Thank you so much. Stay safe, stay healthy.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Pleasure having you on our webinar. We all enjoyed your resourceful talk. On behalf of the management and behalf of the camp principal and the department, we want to express a heartfelt thanks to you for joining us through the web. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Gratitude is twofold. Love coming to visit us and love running to extend its warm gratitude to a fascinating congregation. I call upon third BSc Nutrition Dietetic student, Ms. A.K. Harini, to express her gratitude towards this astounding convention.
No duty is more urgent than that of returning thanks, and so I extend my vote of thanks by wishing. I would like to thank our beloved principal, Dr. Paul Diabran, sir, for allowing us to conduct this program. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to thank Vice Principal of Aided Section, Professor A. Ahapa Moses, sir, for delivering the presidential address. Thank you, sir. Then, I would like to thank our beloved coordinator, Dr. Isaiah, sir, for being with us in this special program. Thank you, sir. Raising awareness about this important issue requires dedication, commitment, and passion. I would like to convey our gratitude to the chief guest for her wonderful talk about the awareness of breast cancer, who graced us with a thought-provoking speech that did such a perfect awareness to our students. Thank you, ma'am. And my heartfelt thanks goes out to all our faculty members who are our well-wishers, stand by us, guide us, lead us, and motivate us. Thank you for making us to feel happy with your presence to this special program. I also extend thanks to all the dedicated office bearers and students, as well as my dear friends, for their cooperation of this program. And also, we thank our IT support members for your constant support throughout this event, carried out in a successful manner. Thank you very much and have a great day, everyone.
Thank you, Harini, for your charmful address.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.